5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program.
From our About Space Today world headquarters on Florida's beautiful Space Coast, I'm John Gomez. Here are the stories you need to know about. Crew 8 returns to Earth, but there's more to this story than meets the eye, and we're going to talk about that. This and more next, as America and the world is listening to About Space Today.
D&D Cruise and Tours is the official agent for About Space, and we invite you to come fly away to all-inclusive resort island destinations, or a cruise vacation from Port Canaveral, and even visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, or just come and see the parks. Call for a discount cruise or an island getaway or the Florida beaches. Call today. The call is free, and so are our services. Call 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. We are Florida's group travel specialists.
Welcome back. After safely splashing down on Earth as part of NASA's SpaceX Crew 8 mission on Friday, a NASA astronaut encountered a medical issue. Of the crew, the 4 astronauts, Matthew Dominic, Michael Barrett, Jeanette Epps, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Grebekin, were all flown to Ascension Sacred Heart Pensacola in Florida for medical evaluation. Following assessments at the hospital, 3 of the crew members were cleared and have since returned to NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston. 1 unnamed crew member remained at the hospital. So which of the 4 crew members is it? Well, NASA isn't saying. What we do know is that the astronaut being held at the hospital is under observation. That's all they'll tell us. And you know, this isn't the first time NASA has gone radio silent on astronaut issues. In 1979, 10 years after the Apollo 11 moon landing, the communications chief acknowledged what Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin encountered. About Space Today's executive news editor David Denault first reported on these findings.
There has always been speculation on what Apollo 11 astronauts Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong saw while on the moon. Not to mention Aldrin later sharing what he saw en route to the moon.
I saw this illumination that was moving with respect to the stars. We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us. So technically, it becomes an unidentified flying object.
While Neil and Buzz were on the lunar surface, Neil switched to the medical channel and spoke directly with the chief medical officer, saying, they're here, they're parked on the side of the crater, they're watching us.
And that's just the beginning. Command Module pilot Michael Collins, circling the moon, looks down at the Apollo 11 landing site and reports to Mission Control.
Columbia, this is Houston. Go ahead, over.
Roger, no marks on the left that time. I did see a suspiciously small white object with coordinates are.
Go ahead with the coordinates on the small white object.
Easy point 37.6, but I'm not sure they did, but it's right on the southwest rim of a crater. I think they would know it if they were in such a location. It looks like their lamp would be pitched up quite a degree. It's on the southwest wall of a smallish crater.
Roger, copy.
Collins was not only reporting what he is seeing from above, but also to alert Armstrong and Aldrin on the surface. Here is what amateur ham operators recorded during the missing 2 minutes. Listen as Armstrong reports 2 spacecraft sitting on the edge of a crater and refers to them as ghost towns.
Very clearly visible. Hopefully no trouble. And I can see everything quite clearly. The light is sufficient. And currently it's upside down on our monitor, but we can make out a fair amount of detail. Also, I'm looking at one now that appears to have
I can see some evidence of rays emanating from Roger, we copy. Yeah, I think so. We'll suggest we stand by for a minute or so. You threw a ghost on uplink flight. Neil, this is Houston. Did you copy about the contingency sample? Over?
Mission Control asked Neil if he copied the instructions of a contingency sample, meaning what to do if they become aggressive. The recorded transcript allegedly went as follows. Armstrong, what is that? What the hell was that? That's all I want to know. Mission Control, what's that? Malfunction garble. Mission Control calling Apollo 11. These babies were huge, sir. Enormous. Oh God, you wouldn't believe it. I'm telling you, there were other spacecraft out there lined up on the far side of the crater's edge. They're on the moon, watching us. Always remember, truth is stranger than fiction. But always stay grounded with what's been proven. It would be some 10 years after the Apollo 11 moon landing. In 1979, Maurice Chatelain, former chief of NASA Communication Systems, confirmed that Armstrong had indeed reported seeing 2 UFOs on the rim of a crater. The encounter, he said, was common knowledge in NASA, but he said that nobody talks about it.
Pretty spooky stuff, right? Well, it is almost Halloween, so we definitely want to keep you on your toes. So as of this recording, the 4th unknown astronaut was released from the hospital on Saturday and rejoined their crewmates in Houston. Does that mean it's over? Well, the mission certainly is, but the mystery surrounding the hospitalization of an astronaut immediately after returning from space, well, that's just too much to pass up. Stay tuned to About Space Today news for updates.